I think that raising my kids, you guys, was not the average family experience. All the memories that we have, all the pictures that we took, and the whole idea that family, what it looks like to other people on the outside or what it looks like in a picture isn't what's actually happening. And at the point at which I felt saddest and worst, I was trying to think that maybe my experiences would be helpful to someone else. And then when things turned out to much better than many people thought they would, I felt inspired that you might actually end up with a very special, interesting human being.
It was amazing, the fact that I would not be sitting here with the way I am today without any of the endless support, perseverance, and motivation. They work tirelessly to support me now, and I'm just so proud of them, and I love them all to pieces.
I know the Ellisoffens through their daughter Samantha Ellisoffen, who is an actress in my film Keep the Change. It's a love story about two people on the autism spectrum, and it's cast all with people on the autism spectrum. So I actually read my Picture Perfect Family before I made Keep the Change. I read an early draft of it, and so I'm actually really excited to read now the more polished draft, because the early draft just blew me away. But it was really this very intimate, moving, page-turning book.
I've never been a subject of a book before, so this is it's quite interesting. We don't have that much video of ourselves, so I mean 30 years from now, my kids are gonna have tons of video of themselves. When there's a camera, obviously, you're mugging for it. I wasn't mugging in my life. I wasn't mugging for the book. I was just being myself. So
I love that.
That's almost the advantage of not having a camera and having, my mom, who's just observing, and I'm not mugging for her. When I'm 7 years old, or when I'm 15 and I'm going on a hunger strike, I wasn't like, this is gonna be good for a book one day.
Without further ado, I'm now going to read two short passages from my book. In the first one, our family's on vacation in Barbados, and the twins are age 8. In the second passage, nearly 10 years later, Matt and Samantha are in their senior year of high school. Howard and I had been sitting on our beach chairs, trying to relax and digest before going into the ocean. When I looked up from my paperback, I saw Matt grab his sister's arm. "What are you doing? You can't drink other people's soda," he yelled. "Leave me alone," she yanked her arm away. "This is none of your business." Her voice was shrill. "You can't tell me what to do. Only Mommy and Daddy can tell me." Shoving him away, she picked up a half-empty plastic glass of soda. Before I could leap up from my beach chair, Samantha ran over to another family's umbrella and brazenly started drinking another stranger's soda right in front of her. I took Samantha's hand and dragged her away screaming, "But why can't they share? You always share. You always tell me sharing is caring." She argued in a loud, childish whine. Howard had looked up from his newspaper, removed his wire-rimmed glasses, and rubbed his eyes. "I don't know why we go on vacation," he said. "It's hopeless." Now we're going to fast forward almost 10 years, so we're going to see the progression, sort of. When Samantha came home on January 28th, we ripped open the envelope and read it together. "Congratulations! We are pleased to offer you a place in the partial credit program for the fall of 2009. I got into Landmark, just like the Moose got into Vassar. Are you proud of me?" I crushed her in my arms. "Of course I'm proud of you, and Daddy will be too." Finally, we could all celebrate. It was a miracle Samantha was going to any college, or that I could even put those two words in the same sentence. As we toasted both children over dinner, I couldn't help wondering if they would end up happy with their choices. When the waiter arrived with soda refills for both kids, Samantha's face grew suddenly tense. I could see the wheels turning inside her head. Matt rolled his eyes as the waiter poured Samantha's Diet Coke into a glass filled with ice. Howard and I sighed quietly. "Excuse me, sir," my daughter chirped sweetly. "I asked for my soda with no ice. May I please have another one with no ice?" "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Of course, I'll bring it to you right away." He smiled at Samantha and she smiled back, watching him move quickly to correct his mistake. "Why does she still have to make such a big deal out of ice?" Matt complained. "Leave her alone," I urged. "At least she's polite, and that's what matters now." "Yeah, leave me alone. I'm polite, and that's what matters." Samantha's manners had improved dramatically over the years. They were almost impeccable now, far better than those of her brother, in fact. But good manners weren't going to be enough to help Samantha make friends in college, and they certainly hadn't helped her get closer to her brother. Although the worst times for our family had passed, memories of the way Samantha used to behave still haunted all of us. While I worried about her future, I took comfort in the present, watching my not-so-little girl smile warmly at the waiter who was bringing her a fresh soda without ice.
Be happy, little